Good evening and welcome back to the Airborne Lawyer YouTube channel. You join us on the flight deck of the Boeing 787-9 on our way back from Bangkok to London Heathrow. Quick view outside the plane. We have got the dimmed cabin lights on in colour blue for this evening. If you've not spotted it, you can do that on the Quality Wings 787. You can turn on the cabin lighting and change the colour, which I think is quite fun. Might surprise you to learn that I only discovered that very recently. And I've been having some fun with that on overnight flights that I've been doing. So we are just coming up to top of descent. The FMC message has just appeared here to tell us to adjust the autopilot altitude setting. So we'll do that. We'll go down initially to flight level 250.
Ladies and gentlemen, please check
Here we go.
Let's
start our descent. I've chosen flight level 250 because we are approaching London Heathrow on the Logan 2 Hotel star. Let's take a quick look at that. Here it is, just here. Logan 2 Hotel. We're going to be joining at Logan, and we're going to be expecting to be at flight level 250 at Logan. We're then descending in a straight line towards the Lambourne VOR, and then we'll be vectored in. As things stand, there is a controller online manning the Heathrow director frequency on 119.725, but no one else is on, so we're just on Unicom at the moment. Just take a quick look at our route as well. It's obviously been a long flight. We've been in the air now for 11 hours and 45 minutes. So this is one of the longest long-haul flights that I do. But I wanted to go to Bangkok because I haven't actually been to the new Bangkok International Airport before. I've been to Don Muang, the old Bangkok International Airport, but not the new one. The upgrade to Prepared 3D V5 has got the new, or the newer, Bangkok International Airport. So I've been out to see that in the last few days. I took the 747 on the way out, and for those of you who follow me on Instagram, you may have seen my 7474 Friday feature where I flew the 747 out to Bangkok, and I've decided to come back in the 787-9, which is always a pleasure to fly. Okay, so let's take a quick look at our descent checklist. So recall, we're going to check, and that's all clear. Notes, we've just taken a look at the star chart, so I'm happy with that. Auto brakes, well, I think what we may as well do is just get ourselves configured here for landing. So let's calculate the landing on the EFB. So flying into London Heathrow, EGLL. We are expecting runway 09 left. So I have checked the ATIS just a few moments ago, and it's still single runway operations at Heathrow. Tonight we're landing on 9 left. It's dry, it's been a beautiful day here in the UK. And the winds are 170 at 6. I don't know why it does this. I have had this issue a few times. No. Let's try again. 170 at 6. Yay, there we go. The temperature is 11 degrees, quite mild. And the QNH is 1019. DCAT 1. Flaps, we'll go flaps 30. Anti-ice will be off. First configuration will give no credit. Spoilers will be auto. Brakes will go for auto brake 1. Landing weight. So I'm just going to take a look at the gross weight down here. Let's put in 170,000. It's probably around about right. And again, I don't know why it's doing this. And there we go, VREF of 143 knots. So let's send that to the FMC. And I'm going to accept that over here. So I'm going to set the auto brakes to 1. So landing data VREF we've done, and let's take a look now at the minimums chart. So going back to that same page, I'm just going to bring up Heathrow. And bring up the ILS chart for runway 9 left, which is just here. 787-9 is a Category C aircraft, so our minimums will be 243 feet. Just there. So I'll stick that in. Here. So select barometer, minimums, and I'm just going to select 210 feet. It does it to the nearest 10 on the 787. Don't know if that's true to real life, but it certainly is on the Quality Wing 787. So landing data, VREF minimums now done. Approach briefing, I'll say that's complete. I feel ready. And altimeters we're not going to worry about for a little while, but that does remind me that we need to adjust, or double check at least, our transition altitude asset here. So it's actually going to be 7,000 feet according to the ATIS. So I'll type that in. Put that in there. I'm also just going to put a speed restriction in here of 250 knots below 10,000 feet. There we go. Okay, we're all good. So just popping on the terrain map here instead, you can just see the outline of the UK here. And you can see that we're flying a straight line all the way into Lambourne at this point. Lambourne is the north-east holding point for Heathrow. It sort of sits on top of Romford, for anyone who's familiar with the area, and is not very far at all from Stansted. It's just south of Stansted. It tends to take a lot of flights which come into Heathrow from mainland Europe, of course, but also from Asia. I've just put on the VORs into my my map display here. So Clacton is the other VOR we have tuned in, so that's just 32 miles in front of us. So we are now very, very close to the UK coastline. 11 hours and 52 minutes, or some 712 minutes after leaving Bangkok. This is a long flight, this one. This is a long flight, it's been going all day. Just a few other bits and pieces I'm going to get sorted here. I'll get the heading display round to 270. Because we very often get the instruction after Lambourne to leave Lambourne heading 270 or 260, something like that, so I'll leave that around there. We've now reached flight level 250, just ahead of Logan. The next altitude constraint is usually 16,000 at Sabre, so I'll just double check the FMC for that. And yes, I can see here, so Sabre is flight level 160, so I'm just going to descend out to that now. Or put that into the autopilot ready. There we go. So for quite some time on the flight we were chasing the sunset, which was lovely. I took off in the afternoon in Bangkok, but pretty quickly the sun started to set, but we followed it for 2 or 3 hours at least. It's only the last couple of hours it's got properly dark in the cockpit, which has been nice. I decided to do this flight in the 787. Again, for those of you who follow me on Instagram, I did an Instagram story which put out a quick poll on whether to do this flight in the 777 or the 787. And the 787 won by a margin of 59% to 41%. So I thought I'd go with the popular view and fly the Dreamliner back. But it's nice to fly the Dreamliner. I haven't been flying the Dreamliner as much lately. I've been getting back up to speed on the 777 after I treated myself to the PMDD 777-200ER a little while ago, a couple of weeks ago. So it's lovely to get back in the 777. I do enjoy flying it. You've got these lovely big screens. Just very, very straightforward to fly. And it's also really quiet, particularly once you're in the latter stages of approach. I just find it so much quieter than flying the 747 or even the triple. I am going to pop the seatbelt signs on now, so there's a little bit of cloud coming up here. We're also below flight level 180, so I'm just going to turn on the logo lights and the wing lights. There we go, very nice. It's got a nice bright tail light, but logo light at the back here on the 787, which I like. So now coming up on flight level 160 as we get closer to Sabre. Just going to bring the map in, and I'm going to switch it back to the weather radar just in case. We can zoom in on the other map over here. Just going to see if the Heathrow director is still manning the fort. Let's have a listen. Because if he's not, I'm going to have to think about how I approach from Lambourne. I'll have to find the Lambourne transition, but he's still online, that's good.
561, speed 220 knots.
220 knots, speed 561.
2561, 25 miles, 09 on left, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1019er.
4,000 feet, speed bird 591.
2561, confirm QNH 1019er.
QNH 1019er.
Heathrow director, good evening. Speedbird 9 with you at flight level 160, just past Sabre.
Speedbird 9, Heathrow director, good evening. Squawk ident.
Squawk ident, Speedbird 9.
Easy 1 to Kilo decided to accidentally switch frequency. Don't ask how that happened. Ready for taxi instructions.
Easy 1 to Kilo, where would you like to park?
The cheapest spot.
They all cost the same.
Okay.
Through Concorde 9, Squawk 7, correction 4733, descend flight level 80.
Speedbird Concorde 9. I think that might be for me.
Terminal 2 Alpha.
Speedbird 9, Squawk 4733, descend flight level 80.
Squawk 4733 and descend flight level 80, Speedbird 9.
Easy 12 Kilo, taxi left onto Alpha, then Lima, hold Lima 1.
Easy 1 Kilo, left Alpha, Lima, hold Lima 1.
Speedbird 561, turn right, heading 310 degrees, descend to altitude 3,000 feet.
310 and 3,000 feet, Speedbird 561.
Actually, in quite a steep descent here at the moment. I am struggling to get the plane to slow up, so I'm just going to...
Speedbird 9, leave Lambourne, heading 265.
Leave Lambourne, 265 degrees, Speedbird 9. I'm going to just
Speedbird
switch it
561,
into Fletch.
turn right, heading
to slow it up.
060 degrees, speed 180 knots or greater.
Approach checkers.
060, 180 knots, Speedbird 561.
So just gone through 10,000 feet. I'm going to turn on the landing lights, and I'll switch on the taxi lights, runway turn off lights as well.
Heathrow approach, thank you for service, bye bye, Airport 336.
Airport 336, thanks for flying, good night.
Good night.
Speedbird 561, cleared ILS, runway 09 left.
Cleared ILS 09 left, Speedbird 561.
Speedbird 882, ready to taxi.
Speedbird 882, roger, taxi left onto link 57, hold Alpha Bravo 13.
Link 57, hold Alpha Bravo 13 is Speedbird 882.
Right, so I've just put in ILS 9 left into the FMC.
314 November 7544, we're fully ready.
Speedbird 314 November, stand 544, push and start approved, face north, QNH 1019er.
Push up, face north, 1019, Speedbird 342 November.
Easy 12 Kilo, left there, and then right onto Lima.
Left and then right into Lima. I was looking on the run. Never mind.
There's more, it doesn't matter, there's no one there.
So just a couple of miles from Lambourne now, and when I pass over Lambourne, I'm going to switch into heading mode and go
Speedbird 561,
to
speed 160
heading
knots or
265.
greater until 4 DME.
160 knots or greater until 4 DME.
Speedbird 882 from Alpha Bravo 13, clear takeoff 09 left, the wind's 200 degrees at 6 knots.
Hi, from Alpha Bravo 13, clear for takeoff, runway 09 left, Speedbird 882.
There we go. Let's just capture that before I go in the wrong direction. There we go. Round to 265 degrees. And we're now down at flight level 80. So just down there, you can see the approach lights into London City Airport, the Millennium Dome, and Canary Wharf, just in the distance. It's slightly unfortunate. Once you get used to the smoothness of the graphics on Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, it is a little bit shocking to come back and look at the Millennium Dome, which is...
Easy 12 Kilo, kind of lost here, but that's beside the point.
Easy 12 Kilo, second right.
Second right, Easy 12 Kilo.
The Millennium Dome is totally kind of luminescent down there. It can be sometimes, I suppose. It can get lit up, but even so, that's probably a little bit brighter than it would be in real life. But then that little crop of skyscrapers just to the right of the Millennium Dome, or the O2, is Canary Wharf. I've worked down there, in case that's of interest. And then we've got the City of London coming in over here, so you can just about see the Shard as well. There's a building, very tall building there with a very sort of sharp point lit up top there. That's the Shard. Unfortunately, just slightly obscured by clouds, but you can start to see the city coming in. You can also see the Gherkin, which is another London landmark.
Suite 882, Squawk Mode Charlie, report you passing altitude.
Apologies, and passing 1,200, speedbird 882.
Suite 561, cleared line 09 left, the wind's 200 degrees 6 knots.
Clear line 09 left, speedbird 561.
Through speedbird 882, thank you, climb now, flight level 150.
I'm now flight level for 150, speedbird 882.
Speedbird 9er, descend flight level 70.
Flight level 70, speedbird 9.
Easy 12 kilo, it's the next right.
I got it now.
So you've also got some other landmarks just down there as well. So you can now see the Shard. That's just on the left-hand side of the window with the kind of gold point at the top of it. Just going along to the right of it, you can see just about see the London Eye. Let's just zoom in over there. Look, you can see the London Eye. You can see the Houses of Parliament. All the major landmarks of London out there. Very nice. And then you've got the Royal Parks over here.
Easy 12 kilo, first right at the end.
First right at the end. Just confirm that that's a cheap spot.
Yes, it's a cheap stand.
Why does this guy think he's going to get charged for parking in a virtual airport?
Spirit 882, route direct Brain.
Direct Brain, speedbird 882.
You know, VATSIM's great at realism and everything, but I think starting to charge people to park up in a
All
virtual
stations,
airport.
Heathrow information, Romeo's current QNH 1019.
Yeah, charging people to park in a virtual airport, that's taking it a step too far, I think. I'm just going to see if I can pick up the ATIS. There were a couple of issues with the frequency earlier, but let's just see.
0.
There we go.
Surface wind 210 degrees 5 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. No cloud detected. Temperature +10. Dew point +3.
Welcome to Heathrow, taxi right now for stand 509.
Pilots are reminded that readback of ATC instructions and clearances is mandatory. Pilots are to exercise caution when maneuvering in the runway holding areas as wing tip clearance is not assured. Acknowledge receipt of information Romeo and report aircraft type and current QNH on first contact with Heathrow.
Okay, so there's been a slight change in the winds by the sound of it. I might check that that's correct. If it's 210 at 5.
925 track mile 09 left, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1019.
4,000 feet, QNH 1019, speedbird 9. Okay, so let's go through transition and just turn up the altimeter a bit to 1019. There we are, and down to 4,000. So we've now done altimeters. That leaves us with the landing checklist to complete shortly. Heathrow director, speedbird 9.
Speedbird 9.
The reported winds on the ATIS is 210 at 5 knots, is that correct?
Speedbird 9 A firm.
Roger, speedbird 9.
Yeah, it's not quite strong enough for me to bother with a runway change yet, but if it gets much more then I will.
Thanks very much, speedbird 9. Yeah, that was my thinking, you see. 210 at 5.
If you need 27 right, I can reback you for 27 right.
No, we're fine. We can do 210 at 5 knots. That's okay. Thanks very much. We're 787-9, by the way. I was meant to report that first time I called you.
No, Roger. It's no problem.
Easy 1 Kilo shooting down, no thanks for the bad service.
Easy 1 Kilo, thanks for flying.
Well, they've been getting on well, haven't they? Okay, so yeah, 210 at 5, that's 210 degrees, that's the direction the wind's coming in, and it's going at 5 knots. That actually means that we should be flying into the other runway, because the runways at Heathrow are facing directly west on 270 degrees and facing directly east on 090 degrees. So we're landing, heading east tonight, but the wind is actually going to be very slightly coming from behind us. It's going to be coming from our kind of 7 o'clock.
No further ATC available, I'm afraid. Mighty Unicom 122.8, bye-bye.
122.8, thanks for the ATC, and glad you didn't shut down from the ATC services. Good night.
Yeah, I'm not sure who shut down.
Speedbird 342 November taxi, please, and we're above Bravo 12.
Speedbird 342 November, roger, taxi left on the Bravo, hold Rabbit.
Left Bravo, hold Rabbit, Speedbird 342 November.
Approach Bellini, Speedbird 12 Delta Tango, passing flight level 260 for 250.
212 Delta Tango, Heathrow Director, good evening, Logan 2 Hotel, descend flight level 250, level by Logan.
Descending flight level 250, level by Logan.
Just going to pull back on the speed now, because I'm going to have to do a couple of left turns quite quickly, so I don't want to be going too fast, but...
Speedbird 90, turn left heading 180 degrees, speed 180 knots or greater.
Left 180, speed 180, Speedbird 9. Yeah, you'd think I'd done this before. I just started slowing up at the right point there. Left 180 and speed...
That's Speedbird 90, descend to RQ 3,000 feet.
And down to 3,000, Speedbird 9. I'm just going to put out the speed brakes a bit, so we're just going through our minimum clean, so I'm going to put out...
Speedbird 12 Delta Tango, when ready, descend flight level 160,
and we'll pull down
level
this
by
as well now.
Down to 160, level by Sabre, Speedbird 12 Delta Tango.
Yeah, because that wind on the 80s there, I just wanted to check that it was correct, because normally, of course, you don't land downwind. Normally, you'd land against the wind. We're going to have the wind coming, it's pretty light, but we're going to have the wind coming from sort of our 7, 8 o'clock, just slightly behind us, which will be a little bit unusual. Setting flaps 5. We're now on our base leg, so the runway...
Ladies and gentlemen, in preparation for landing...
Oh, you can't see it, it's just obscured by clouds. I think you can see Windsor Castle over there.
Ensure all portable electronic devices are turned off and stow all carry-on items. Additionally, footrests and video monitors must be returned to their original position. Thank you.
So any moment now we're going to be given an intercept heading to...
Speedbird 342 November, taxi link 60, hold Alpha Bravo 12.
Link 60, hold Alpha Bravo 12, Speedbird 342 November.
Speedbird 9, turn left heading 120 degrees, cleared ILS runway 09 left.
Left 120 degrees, cleared ILS 09 left, Speedbird 9. Okay, so we are now at about the right speed. And on the checklist, I'm going to arm the speed brakes. We're gradually getting the flaps out, and I will put the landing gear down once we have our clearance. Here comes the localizer. I'm going to hit approach hold for the moment.
Speedbird 9, descend to altitude 2,500 feet, further on the glide.
2,500 and further on the glide, Speedbird 9.
Speedbird 342 November, clear takeoff 09 left from Alpha Bravo 12, the wind's 210 degrees, 5 knots.
From Alpha Bravo 12, cleared for takeoff 09 left, Speedbird 342 November.
So we can now see Heathrow in the distance there. We're going to be landing on 09 left, so it's the little cluster of lights we can see emerging on the left-hand side there, a little bit beyond Windsor Castle. And there we go. Locking onto the localizer. I don't know if I'm going to have it again this time, but I have had it when I put the landing gear down on the Dreamliner, that the heads-up display gets totally obscured by the lights. We'll have to see.
Speedbird 9, no ATC speed restrictions.
No speed restrictions, Speedbird 9. That being said,
Heathrow Director,
I'm just going to slow us up a bit.
Push and start.
Start 5290800, start 532, push and start approved, face north, QNH1019.
Facing north, Speedbird 9800.
Getting pretty close in now, so I'm now going to pull back to our VREF of 143. Gone over it twice there. There we go, perfect.
Landing checklist.
I'm going to get the gear down now.
Limited approach, good evening, Lufthansa 478 with you.
Lufthansa 2478, Heathrow Director, good evening. Logan 2 Hotel, Squawk 3551.
This is the problem I've had with the heads-up display. When I put down the landing lights, sorry, put down the landing gear, and they've got the taxi lights, and they shine out in front of you. It distorts the heads-up display completely. I'm not quite sure why that's happening.
342 November, report your passing level.
Passing 1,200, Speedbird 342 November.
342 November, roger. Climb now, flight level 170.
Climb now, flight 170, 342 November.
Speedbird 9, exit line 209 left, winds 210 degrees, 5 knots.
Clear to land 09 left, Speedbird 9.
Lufthansa 2478, descend flight level 160.
Descend flight level 160, Lufthansa 2478.
Through 12 Delta Tango, report your indicated airspeed.
Indicated 250.
This is speed 12 Delta Tango, roger, maintain 250 knots till advised.
500.
Landing checklist now complete.
Maintaining 250 knots, Speedbird 12 Delta Tango.
Lufthansa 2478, speed 250 knots.
Speed 250 knots, Lufthansa 2478.
300.
And the other thing I've had, which we're going to have again here by the looks of it, is that the landing lights are absurdly bright.
200. Approaching minimums.
I'm sure they're good, but I mean, that is crazy.
Minimums. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
There we go. 12 hours and 17 minutes.
342 November, route direct Bognor, climb flight level 330.
Check Bognor, climb flight level 330, Speedbird 342 November.
Speed 12 Delta Tango, leave Lambourne, heading 265.
Leave Lambourne, heading 265, Speedbird 12 Delta Tango.
Lufthansa 2478, descend flight level 140, leave Lambourne, heading 265.
With your seatbelt fastened until the captain
Descend to 140, leave Lambourne, heading 265, Lufthansa 2478.
in the seat pockets and overhead bins for all personal belongings that you brought on board.
Speedbird 9, welcome to Heathrow, taxi right onto Alpha, Charlie, stand 544.
Right, Alpha, left onto Charlie 544, Speedbird 9. Let's turn off the strobes. And get it. There we go. Okay, so here we are. Just turn off a few things and let's get the APU on as well. And let's see.
342 November, no further ATC available, Mighty Unicom 122 decimal 8, bye bye.
Unicom 1 CS, nice to that 342 November, bye bye.
Heathrow Director, GSX hasn't provided us with stand 544. Can I go for 545 instead?
No, so that's approved.
Thank you, Speedbird 9. It is so often the case that the gate I'm given
2478, descend flight level 80.
by the VATSIM controller
flight level 80,
isn't available on GSX.
And all station chief director is now closed. Mighty Unicom 122.8.
122.8.
Yeah, the stand number that I'm given by the VATSIM controller usually doesn't exist. It just, the number of times that's happened, it's crazy. As you can see, my taxi lights here are just showing the way. You could light a football stadium with these taxi lights, it's crazy. Again, if I pull down the heads-up display, it completely distorts it. I'm not sure why that's happening, and if anyone's had the same issue and has managed to solve it, I'll be very interested to hear how you fix that. Just bringing in the flaps.
Heathrow traffic, speedbird 9800, taxiing runway 09 left via Alpha, Bravo and Alpha.
Well, I certainly timed the flight well to get some ATC coverage of Heathrow on the way in there. Seconds after I touched down and the controller logged off. Down a little bit from here on. There we go. Again, just taxiing in on idle power, you just ride the brakes in the Dreamliner, I find. I believe that's also true in real life. Certainly on the Dash 8 and Dash 9 Dreamliners, you can just ride the brakes. And it's true on the Dash 10, obviously that's a little bit bigger. But it makes it very straightforward to taxi, I find. Might just look after the eyes of the people in the terminal building and turn off the taxi lights. We don't want to blind anybody on the way in.
Heathrow traffic, speedbird 9800, lining up runway 09 left.
There we go. Engines off. Seatbelt signs off. Beacon gun go off as well. And I'm going to call out the jetway.
Heathrow traffic, speedbird 9800, taking off 09 left, mod me 1 kilo departure.
So I hope you enjoyed watching the approach into London Heathrow there. Bit of sightseeing on the way in, and then a very slightly downwind landing as we came into runway 09 left as well. 12 hours, 12 and a quarter hours from Bangkok, and finally we've landed safely at Heathrow. If you enjoyed the video, please click on subscribe or click like, and be sure to check out future videos I'll be making on the channel with long and short haul flying, both on Prepare 3D and also on Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. Thanks very much for watching.